Now I'd like to continue to explain our advertising analytics functionality in Campaign Tab. But before jumping to the details, I'd like to mention that this advertising analytics is not only for us to track each campaign's ad groups, targets, product performance, or portfolio's performance in terms of some valuable metrics. It's also important for us to track the EVA AI's performance. That's why, before I jump into explain the campaign tab, I'd like to go over the AI settings, functionality, especially this KPI-based automation system. For example, in this account, the system rules enabled, which means that the AI runs every single campaign and try to optimize the campaigns by considering the given KPI, in this case, which is ACoS. And as you can see, the system also able to calculate the break-even ACoS if the COPS information was provided us. And right now, the break-even ACoS is 38.70. So which means that any ACoS level below the 38% is desired value for us to actually to make customers profitable. In this case, the target ACoS is 20%. In 25% in an account level, and the maximum bid is $10. So which means that every time system checks the ACoS value of each campaign, each target, it's try to increase or decrease the bids. But if the system increases the bids, it cannot access this $10 bid value. So this is the maximum bid that system can go up. Some customer ask us that whether we provide them to change this target ACoS value or KPI value in a campaign level. Obviously, some of our competitors does not provide this kind of things, but thankfully we have under analytics menu again in campaign tab. Let me close this smart filter section at first. I will explain it really soon. You can see here the automation status and target ACoS value, which is related to this EVA AI's automation settings. If the automation status is green, which means that in these campaigns, AI optimize every single day, optimize those campaigns to fulfill this target ACoS value and try to maintain the ACoS value, especially in last 30 days, and try to reach this target ACoS value. But if, for example, in this campaign, if the icon is red, because sometimes customer can tell us that they don't want any AI run into some of the campaigns. For example, if the campaigns is dumbbells, I don't know, maybe they try to different strategies in those campaigns. So we can exclude the campaigns and tell AI that please don't run in this campaign. But as you can see, the majority of the active campaigns, if the campaigns belongs to EVA, or if it's not, it's a decision to make actually. Our AI can try to optimize the campaign within given this target ACoS value. If I would like to change the target ACoS value, or let's say I would like to change some of the things these four selected campaigns, such as pausing all these four campaign or archiving them, or maybe right now this is pause campaign. Maybe I'd like to reactivate those campaigns. So those three buttons help us to take this kind of action. But on the other hand, I can also change the budget here. Maybe adding another one here. If I click the enter button, the new budget will be $2,500 and $1. I'm sorry. Also, I can edit the budget if I want to do it in multiple campaigns. I can make those kind of changes like very easily. I can increase the budget by percentage or by amount, like we can do it in Ad Console. I can also decrease the budget by percentage and by amount for those selected for campaigns. Also, you probably realize that there is this automation status section, drop-down selection. So if the AI, for example, does not active in those campaigns, I can enable the automation or disable the automation like very easily. Also, let me go here. For example, here, this is good to show this functionality to you. If I click like campaign automation status by filtering the disabled campaign, I can easily select all those campaigns and reactivate the automation status by clicking the enable automation button. So this kind of things also like helpful for us to save PPC managers time. Let's go back to the other functionality of this drop-down menu. Let's assume that I also select those 4 campaigns and change the target KPI. So in this case, I can set this target ACoS value for those campaigns. And basically, if I write here, for example, the break-even ACoS is 38. So if I would like to change those campaigns target ACoS, I need to just type it here and click the apply button, and target ACoS value will be changed. I can also, like by clicking this icon, I can change the target ACoS one by one. So for the multiple changes, this menu is really helpful for us. But if I want to change the update one campaign's data, I can basically prefer only this section. You can realize that this history icon here, for example, in this campaign, there is no campaign level change in terms of budget, but our budget rules also actively running in the campaign, which I will explain soon. I can track campaign level changes, budget and status. Like if system paused one of the campaigns or you paused one of the campaigns in Ad Console, I can track that kind of information. Recently, I changed the status here. So, for example, in today, in 2:30 a.m., I paused the campaign and re-enabled it like 30 minutes later. And this kind of things that basically you can track by clicking the History tab. In the History tab, I would like to mention again, if AI takes any action, you can see it here. If a user do take a manual action and through the ELBA platform, it will also be visible in this History section. Also, you can see that, like, let me go this tab. In this drop-down menu, in default, the system show us the all advertised agent of, for example, I click here, I can see the all advertised product of these campaigns, and I can basically, like, if I like to pause those, you can see that. If I'd like to pause the poor performing advertised product, I can easily pause here. But on the other hand, I can also select the expand targets menu. And if I click the expand icon, the system retrieve the targets of these ad groups of this campaign actually to us. So I can easily identify the poor performing targets. And for example, I can again enable, activate, pause, or archive one of the targets. I can also change the bids. For example, by clicking the bid icon, I can set up a new bid or increase or decrease bid by amount or percentage. Again, if the bid is higher than the $10, which is the maximum bid level that I've cited in AI settings page, um, it's not applicable actually in this case. But on the other hand, you can change it in the ad console, of course. Okay, so this expand functionality also has another feature, which is placement. In campaign level, you can always set up the top of search multipliers or product pays or rest of search multipliers. And so you can easily track the performance of this section. I'd like to go column options again, and I would like to select all, because as you can see, if I forget to add bid adjustment column here, I cannot just change the top of search bid multiplier through EVA system. So for example, like here, the campaign ACoS is around 13%, and the top of search is really close to the ACoS. But on the other hand, product pays does not perform well in terms of ACoS. And also, it brings less order than the rest of the placement. So maybe I can reduce this campaign's product pay speed multiplier to something else like 20 or maybe 0, and let top of search or rest of search have perform better instead of investing money on the product page. The system also enables you to make all these changes. Now I'm going to explain in different video to functionality of the smart filters and how we can optimize the campaign or how we can adjust the AIs, targets, KPIs to make our advertising performance better.